Hi friend, in this video we are going to learn that meaning of the OLTP and also the meaning of the OLAP. In previous video I have discussed that what is the meaning of data warehouse and why I am going to discuss this one, because what I have seen that many students get confused. They think that the OLTP and OLAP both are the same as the data warehouse. No. Data warehouse, it is the subject oriented, means according to the subject we have to take the data, then integrated the data. Suppose if I say that I want to know that the analysis of the every year of the student of CSE department. So what is the subject? CSE department has many things here, like the faculty, department information, library, but what we have to take only the student information. So this is a subject oriented. Integrated means suppose we have taken data from first year, second year, third year. So whatever data I can take, we have to make all the data into the single location. Now the time variant, suppose I want to take the data of the 2017 and here we are integrating all the data of 2016, so it will be not correct. You have to take the data of 2017 there. And non-volatile means whatever data I have to take, if analysis I have to perform, that will be the non-volatile, because volatile will be delete after the power is off there. So when I take all these two information and then we can apply the concept of these things to make it OLP to make it the decision making process for the requirement of the management. So data warehousing, in short we can say it is a subject oriented, integrated, time variant and non-volatile collection of data that will be support the management decision making system there. Now going for this one, full form of this one, OLTP, online transaction processing. So here online means we know that we can use the concept of the internet there, or transaction we know that suppose I want to purchase something from the Flipkart and Amazon, I have to perform transaction. I want to transfer money from one account to another account, so I can perform this one. So when transaction is there, so you can say that it is only for the short period of time, because 1 day information, 2 hours information, 3 hours information. So when I want to perform this thing, so you can see here OLTP only perform for daily operation, day operation is there, payroll, registration. So this is only work for the small time variant data. And OLAP means whatever data we have to take. Suppose someone want to go for the analysis, how many customer purchase the CD of the some song or some singer from the Amazon, how I can do it? So we have to take all the small transaction data of daily one, and 1 month data will become here, and then we have to analysis using the technique of the data mining to predict that what customer has purchased there, and you can go for the analysis. So OLP play here vital role. It analyzes the data must be the large and the old one, but it will be the updated data will be. So what is main difference between it? Is your 1 day, or you can say maximum you can go for the week, but it will be the old, it may be the 5 years, it may be the 10 years, it may be the 1 month there. So OLP only for the analysis purpose, and full form is, you know, that online analytical processing, and it is used for the short term data and it is used for the long term data. So we have to know that what is the difference between these two, because in many examinations we see that it always asks the definition. So here we take the help of the one book where we know that what is the definition in correct way. Now you can see here, these are the features are given here, and based on that we have to make the difference between the OLTP and OLAP. First go for the characteristics. What is the characteristic of this one? This is your operational processing, means based on the operation we can process, just like transferring the money and performing the purchase from the Amazon. But this is an informational processing, means I ask that how many customer purchase this particular singer CD. So information is there, but here operation is there. So it is a characteristic, is operation, and it is a information. Orientation means what I can perform. Orientation means this is your way of performing the task. So here we can say that based on transaction we can go for the orientation, and here we can perform the analysis. So who will be the user for that one? We can say that the clerk will be the part of that one, database administrator part of this one, database professional is part of this one. Suppose if you want to transfer the money from one account to second, clerk can perform this one. But if I say that we have to analysis that the how many customer has taken the loan, and I want to go for inference, if I launch this product, how the customer attract. So this is not possible by these 3 person. It is only possible by the manager there, executive and analytic there. So it is not possible by this one. Suppose I can transfer the money from one account to other account. Suppose if I say that I want to go for the creating the new account, so here we have to take the help of the manager. So this is the level of the user. Function, what is the function here? Already I mentioned transaction means short operation, so you can go for day-to-day operation, but here you can go for the long-term operation, because already given the example, if I want to take that how many customer purchase the just like billion dollar sale of the Flipkart and the Amazon. So at particular date billion of customer has purchased the many product, but it is long term. How many, suppose I want to go for the analysis of 1 year purchase of the Amazon, so I can go for the long term. Database design, so tell me, we read the value when I want to design a relational database, we have to satisfy the ACID property, so ER based design will be there, and all you can say that application and oriented, but here you have to follow the data warehouse design, because you can go for the analysis. The complex design will be required. Already I have discussed star, snowflake and subject oriented meaning in my different videos. What is data here? Because transaction is current one, so data must be current and guarantee up to date. So if because daily basis is there, so data automatically up to date. Here data is the historical, means already given example 1 year purchase of the Amazon. Accuracy must be there. It does not mean that 1 year data, so some wrong information will be there. No, correct data will be there. What is summarization? How I can view the OLTP? It is a primitive and highly detailed, because we are going for day by day operation, so it will be the highly detailed will be there. Suppose what customer purchase in this day number 1, day number 2, day number 3, so these are the highly detailed. But here data will be summarized, because if I take the 365 data in a year, so it will be the complex one. So here we can go for the month wise, so it is the summarized one and consolidated. And this is the day wise. If I consider the Amazon purchase day wise, so it must be the month wise. View, because if it is the detail, highly detailed, so I can say detail level is there, and the flat traditional model will be required for that. But for this one, summarize and the multi-dimensional. So if I want to see that the 12-month data and the different based on the different attribute, we can go for the multi-dimensional and summarize. Now the unit of work, how I can work. So this is a small, so short, and also the because the few not the huge amount of data, the simple transaction. But here huge amount of data, large is there, so complex query will be required. Access, how you can access? Here I can transfer the money, I can also see the balance, but here most of the time already happened there, so I can only read the there is no update things, mostly so read. Focus, where we have to take the data, means if I store the data, and here we can information out based on this taken data, means purchase of 1 year of Amazon, we have to predict or get information. So information out here, and here information in there. What is the operation? Here I can go for the index and hash on the primary key. I want to see that the how many customer of Kolkata purchased this one. So based on the city of the Kolkata, I can get the detail. So by using the primary key or index, we can do it. But here huge amount of data are there. We perform the lot of scan to get the value there. Now you can go for the number of records. So here what you can say that a small data, so it may be the tens, but it will be the huge amount, it is the millions. Number of user, I can say it will be the thousands, but it will be the 100. Why it is less? Anyone? Less means because we know that we have to perform the analysis. So here not all the user will be required. Here we can go only for this type of things. So obviously manager is less than the number of employee. What is size of this one? Because these are the small, so obviously size is the less as compared to this one. It is a gigabyte, so it is a tetrabyte. Gigabyte to tetrabyte. What is priority of this one? This high performance and high availability is there, because we know that online transaction can provide the most security, and also the data must be available, otherwise customer will be go for the different loss there. Same thing happen here, but in reverse order. Here you can say high performance and high availability is not required, because already data will be happen, but flexibility will be there, and end user autonomy will be there. Means what format user want to see the data must be available to the user. Metric means we can say that how many operations you can perform in per second. Here you can say transaction through output is there, or here you can see that query through output is there with the response time. Whenever I want to perform the query must be the correct and response time is the correct one. But here whatever I perform, transaction must be correct. So I think that this will be clear your doubt of the OLTP and OLAP. Thank you.